G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on the pup exploring the brand new changes in the brand new patch. Spawning in on the west side of the map in the color red, playing as the Abbasid dynasty, we've got no. At least that's what Google Translate tells me. It tells me that it's Japanese, but to be honest, it's just a whole spam of symbols. I've got really no idea what he's trying to achieve with that, so we're just going to be calling him the Abbasid player. On the east side of the map, in the color yellow, playing as the Mongols, we've got Vashandol. So these players, Vashandol is a Conqueror player. His opponent is also a pretty decent player as well. I'm confident he's up in the Conqueror level, and we are going to see what looks to be a very early wheelbarrow coming out from Vashan, or at least I would assume that is an early wheelbarrow. You don't move 5 villages out to a gold that far away unless you're going onto an early wheelbarrow. I guess the alternative that he could look to go is maybe even onto survival techniques, but do you really want to do that? I mean, I'd almost be tempted to go for a survival techniques right now and then go for the wheelbarrow, but it looks like he's just going to be going for the wheelbarrow, and we see he's going to leave 3 vills out there, and instead just going to be moving back those villages. They're so close, though. That's the thing, they're so close. I mean, you could probably push deer, but you know what? It's too... Don't worry about it. Let's talk a little bit about some of the changes that we're going to be seeing in this game so far. So, Abbasid Dynasty, civilization that's changed quite a bit. Obviously, they now have access to the unique unit called the Ghulam, which is a men-at-arm replacement. Hold on a minute. Have we got... Oh, actually, hold on a minute. Almost. The sacred site, couple of sheep up here, and a nice little forest blocking in this sacred... or this area. Definitely an easy one to be holding. I think you might be able to get up through here, though, so should be pretty easy for Vashandol to hold if he wants to go for a sacred victory. But let's continue talking about these changes. So the Ghulam, so it is a unique unit for the Abbasid dynasty. So one of the things that is most notable about it is it's got a double attack. So it does like 2 swift attacks, like bang, bang. And then it comes in with its next attack. At least that's the way I think it works. I haven't actually seen it in action, so hopefully we'll get to see it today from our Abbasid player. On the other side, though, for Vashandol, playing the Mongols, we're going to be able to get to see the brand new Mongol early Lancer, aka the Keshik. Now, where I come from, Age of Empires 3, the Keshik was a ranged unit. It was a ranged cavalry unit, and it had to shoot to fire. It was similar to the Horse Archer, actually. Obviously different from the Mangudai, because the Mangudai can... did I say shoot to fire? It has to stand still to fire. Whereas the Mangudai for the Mongols doesn't have to do that. But that was for, if I remember correctly, it was for the Chinese who got the Keshik. So... Was it the Rus? The Russians? Might have been. It's been so long since I played Age of Empires 3, I really can't remember. Pretty sure it was the Chinese. Anyway, Keshik is going to be coming through. So Keshik is basically a Sofa warrior. If I remember correctly, it's a Sofa warrior that's available in the feudal age, but it's got LifeSteal. So what is LifeSteal for anybody who hasn't played a MOBA? As you attack, you get health back. Now, it's not a huge amount of lifesteal. It works out to be about 10% at the early levels, but it can really start to scale as the game goes on. You can get up to a total of 5 health back for every attack. And when you think about it, right, if you're doing 25 damage and you're getting 5 health back, like, that's a pretty substantial amount. And they also get bonuses to boost their attack speed, and that's also going to scale with things like the attack speed arrow that's going to be increasing up the attack speed. So there's a lot of nice synergies there for the Keshik. But we'll focus in over on his opponent. It's going to be our Abbasid player. 40 seconds until that culture wing comes through. And I'm curious what kind of strategy we're going to be seeing here out from the Abbasid player today. The culture wing, to me, indicates that there might be a thought about a fast castle, but we do see that there is already a stone outcropping looking to be taken with the mining camp on it. So not going to be a direct fast castle, you know. We watched sort of do that very famous fast castle that he pulled off. It was a beautiful strategy where he went for a culture wing into an eco wing, and then from there was able to neutralize a lot of relics on the field against the Holy Roman Empire. But here against this Abbasid player, we're not going to be able to see that today, as it looks like a second town, or as this Abbasid player, we're going to be seeing that second town center come through. So I'm curious whether we see Preservation of Knowledge immediately clicked, and there it is. So Preservation of Knowledge coming through immediately. And where do we go from here? So stacking up quite a bit of resources. It looks like he's going to be waiting for the Preservation of Knowledge to come through. Obviously, it takes quite some time, 30 seconds before it does. But over on the other side of the map, as we see those buildings getting placed down, it looks like he's going to be going for the Golden Age. The landmark for our Mongol player is coming through. Vashandol. Age is up now to the I was gonna say the colonial age. Tell you what, I've been thinking too much about Age of Empires 3 this game. It seems the feudal age comes through and looks to move the silver tree down towards the back corner here. Now, I will note that no longer is the trade trick possible. Instead, what you now have access to is a trader that drops off gold every time it touches a trading post and every time it touches a market. So as far as I'm aware, you can't actually run your traders between two of your own markets. So hypothetically, if you wanted to build a market here and a market down here, you can't run those traders between the two, but you would have to go to the neutral trading post like this, but you will get gold on both ends of this trade. So essentially what that does is it halves the amount of gold that you get, but it gives it to you twice as often. It's good, but it's bad. It's good because it balances the trade trick. It's bad because if you were taking advantage of the trade trick before, well, bad luck. You don't get access to it. But we now start to see the Keshiks in queue for the Mongols. Incredibly exciting. So for anybody who doesn't know, I mentioned this in the big patch review video that I did. The Mongols used to actually have access to the Lancer in the feudal age. And you used to be up against double production Lancers. And they were like, you know what, that's too busted. We're not going to allow that. And thank the Lords, because that was terrible to play against. Can you imagine two Lancers coming into your base at, like, 5 minutes into the game? It's not fun. It's not fun. All right, well, let's ride on board now with our Abbasid protagonist for this game. It is going to be some pretty big techs that are starting to come through. We do see Wheelbarrow. He was stacking up quite a bit of gold, but now the double broadaxe is going to come through. Interesting style coming through from our Abbasid player. So not really going to be utilizing it a huge amount just yet. Instead, moving in for that second TC. And we do see he's got plenty of villagers down over on this stone. He's got enough for it now, so could definitely pull off here. And the scout over on the other side of the map is going to spot out the stable. Let's ride on board with Vashundol as the first of the Lancers make their way out. Now, I just tried to zoom in for anybody wondering. My game, or not my game, but every game on the pup is currently bugged. You can't zoom in. In the caster mode, at least. Oh, never mind. We're well, the first Lancers are already out. Here I am over here. Rather, the first Keshiks are already out on the field. And oh my lord, they actually get health back for sieging. Get out of town. Oh my lord, this is crazy. All right, takes up the first spear. Did you see that spearman? He was completely unaware of the Keshik that was charging into him, and he was on stand ground. How did that? Was that a bug? Shouldn't have it automatically turned around? I'm not 100% sure, but we do see the Keshiks now moving through. So these guys are going to be healing up. So 3 health? Excuse me? It generates 3 health? Man, that's pretty. I thought it was only 2 health. 3 health? These guys do 15 damage. These dudes are already rocking 20% lifesteal? Bro, that is an expensive item to get. Now, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called in Dota. I'm actually, for anybody who doesn't know the lore, I played a lot of Hon, Heroes of New Earth. Now, the game, it's not online anymore. You can't actually go and play it. I mean, I'm sure you could probably go play an underground server somewhere, but I played Heroes of New Earth, and I'm trying to think of what the name of the items were. I think Mask of Madness, Mom, was one of the names of the items, and that was expensive, man. Or Helm of the Dominator. Maybe that's Dota, maybe that's Hon. I can't actually remember, but look at this. Gonna be able to come through and should be able to balance these Keshiks pretty well. These Keshiks are absolutely crazy. Look at the pressure he's able to put on here, fighting up against spears. These are hardened spearmen as well. Now, keep in mind, it's the double production that's really doing it well right now because you've got that stone that you're able to utilize. So I'm loving this early opening here from Vashundal, and we do now see the upgrade starting to come through over on the other side for him. He's looked to pick up double broadaxe and is, of course, trading behind this. Now, for anybody who doesn't know how the trade works, we talked a little bit about it earlier. The Mongol traders move slightly faster. I say slightly faster than other civilizations. So if we take a look here, once they enter this YAM network, you will see that they get a nice little movement speed buff. They're at 1 movement speed at the moment, but as they enter through to this beautiful little line right here, they're going to be going up to 1.15 movement speed. So they've still got the same amount of gold on board. It's just that they move faster, which means that you're generating more gold per minute because your traders are traveling faster. But looks like we will see the first villager kill of the game is going to be actually going to the Abbasid player. So our Abbasid protagonist will be able to catch it, but we do see the Keshik starting to move through now and looking to clean this up. So Vashundal coming in. I tell you what, this lifesteal mechanic's actually kind of wild when you think about it. I can't believe it. I can't believe like how much lifesteal you get as a percentage of the damage that you're dealing. Because it's a flat amount, right? It's 3 per it's 3 per hit, which is wild. All right, so let's take a look and see. I think this trade post is maybe 1, if not 2 tiles off the edge So when it comes to the amount of gold that you're probably going to be getting from that, I would be thinking maybe around like the 76 mark. I don't actually remember what the top number is, but look at this. Some nice little scouting being done here by the Camel. 1.62 movement speed against the 1.62 movement speed of the Keshik, of course. But those traders are coming through, and we do see more traders on the way. He's actually building up a pretty decent number of traders here. Vashendal at the moment up to 9 traders on the trade route. Remember, once you do hit that 10 trade threshold, you are going to be able to access those next resources, which I think the first one of which is food. Scout is on the backside here. Let's have a look and see. So I think it's 5, 10, 15, 20 actually. So it should be food and wood, or 7, 71. So 7s and 7s. So not too bad. Nice little trade route coming through. So obviously with the shorter trade, or the shorter gold delivery, it means the more often that you get it, which is kind of nice, right? Because instead of getting that huge influx, oh my god, and now he's sieging walls. Oh dude, you actually can't make walls against the Keshiks. Look at this, he's just healing up all of the damage that he took from the tower, just from killing the wall. You can get back all of your health. Who needs warrior monks? Warrior monks? Who needs warrior monks? I mean, who needs imams? Who needs any of those bad boys? And nice control now from Vashendal. Beautiful control. And the second stable going to be coming out now. Now, from the Abbasid perspective, in this situation, all you really want to be doing is just going into mass spears and a couple of camels just against this military mass. And that should be able to deal with it pretty effectively. But big raid now going to be coming through. I wish I could zoom in on this, but unfortunately, as you guys know, I'm not going to be able to. Looks like all the vills going to be able to jump inside that town center. A lot of damage that's thrown out here, but keep in mind, they do have that 3 armor in the feudal age, which is absolutely crazy. As much armor as a knight. But obviously, I think they only cost as much as a... they only cost as much as a sofa, so that is incredible, man. Well, this is such a good unit. I can't get over how crazy good this unit is right now, but we do see those spears. We talked about it a bit earlier, those spears moving now towards that north side of the map. Looks like a villager will go down here for Vashendal, so I'm not really paying attention. Does lose one, and now spear's going to be coming through, forcing these villagers off. Now, keep in mind, there are Keshiks up here towards the north side of the map, and not a whole lot. Villagers actually almost get caught out of position, but fortunately, the Keshiks are very keen to get back to the trade line. He does not want to lose these traders, and fortunately, he's paying attention. Now, military wing is also coming through for our Abbasid player. So looking to age up. Goes the 2TC culture wing into military wing. Bit of an interesting one. Spears looking to try and surround the traders. Not going to be able to find it here. Keep in mind the traders do have that YAM network for a little bit longer. The Keshiks are coming back. They're not quite full health just yet. So we do see nice little job here with the skewer. I tried to zoom in once again. I tell you what, it's a little bit discombobulating trying to zoom in and then not coming through. But nice big charges on the way through to those spears. You can see, at this point, I mean, you just pull the Keshiks back, right? You just simply pull the Keshiks back, and you go find some enemy walls, or, like, go send them to a mill. Like, unironically, you literally just okay, where are my Keshiks? And you just grab them. Okay, you 4, just go hit this mill. And that's it. And don't do anything after that. And then once they go idle, then you can issue a new command to them. And they all heal up, right? Like, it's actually crazy when you think about it. And on top of this, it synergizes incredibly well with their siege bounty. Or their bounty siege, their siege bounty. I guess you could call it a siege bounty. But you guys know what I mean, right? Like, they get additional resources from sieging things down. I just pulled my zipper down. I don't know if you guys heard that. Got a little bit of an itchy... What part of my body is that? I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the top of the arm, but not quite the shoulder, towards the chest, like just right, you know, that right there. Yeah, that's the spot. Anyway, there's I don't know how much you guys know, but there's no vital organs there. So if you ever want to, if you ever got a weapon and you're holding it and someone's being crazy, you just shoot them in that spot, and you shouldn't hit anything. That's the spot I'm that's the spot I'm massaging right now. Yes. Anyway, we don't ask me how I know that. I probably have said too much already. Anyway, looks like we got trade coming through for our Abbasid player as well. But take a look at this. The Keshiks are starting to take over the game. The consequence of not having enough spears to deal with this, but hold your horses, because we've got Camel riders that are on the way, and these guys are going to give that nice little debuff through. A little bit of a reduction here. They're also going to be able to provide additional damage towards cavalry. And this should actually be a nice cleanup. Let's see exactly how much our Abbasid player is going to be able to do this, or do here. It needs to try and keep these camels alive because of that debuff. But you can see completely surrounded. Ghoul arms are going to be coming out. Let's watch them. First hit in, second hit in, third hit coming through now. Is it actually just like a double hit, a very quick double hit or something? I think that might be the case. It looks like the camel did go down, manages to keep the second one alive. Ghoul arms in on the backside. plenty of health. It looks like he's already got boot camp through. Second Ghoul Arm's now going to be coming out. Remember, these guys do a little bit less effective damage against armored units here because their damage is now lower. So instead of doing 12 damage once, they do 10 damage twice, which might seem good, but in reality, how effective is it? That's the question against armored units, and the answer is really, it's all right. I mean, I wouldn't write home about it. Silver Tree, still spamming out in traders. Now, Silver Tree actually got nerfed in this patch. So it used to provide 50% reduction on gold cost and a 50% reduction on train time. Now it's a 40% reduction on gold cost and an increase of 40%, which I think is different from a reduction of 50%. So I probably worded that incorrectly. On the other side of the map, though, our Abbasid protagonist is going to continue adding in more traders. So up to 3 markets now on this, and going to be looking to trade down towards the trade post. Remember, the trade trick is not possible anymore because if you send them from the markets that you make right here, it's just going to give you 0 gold, and that's not fun. We don't like to do that. So hopefully the devs can fix up the UI to indicate how much gold these traders are going to be carrying or how many resources they're carrying, because it can be a little bit weird looking at them and just seeing like, oh, they've got no gold on them. But anyway, Kurultai starting to move forward. You've got to be careful in this situation. Vashundol is looking to try and bring this Kurultai forward. If this Kurultai comes forward, oh my god, imagine the heals. You have the Kurultai healing as well as the lifesteal from the Keshiks. Oh my lord, that could be crazy. Oh my god, that could be really scary. Imam gonna get caught out of position. Poor little Imam. He manages to come through to the backside. He is trying to heal this one up, and the Ghoul Arms are defending with their life. Spearman now gonna get their upgrade as well. Veteran Spearman on the field here. I'm pretty sure he's got the Phalanx ability. Indeed, he does have the Phalanx ability, and that is a very forward Kurultai right now. Vashundol is gonna start pushing forward with plenty of these brand new Keshiks. I wish I could zoom in on this battle right now, but I cannot, so I apologize. And the numbers for him are looking a little bit crazy. Let's actually switch that over. Apologies, we're 16 minutes into the game, and you're only starting to see the income right now for these players, but definitely too much infantry here to deal with. And as a result, it looks like... Oh, he almost got the surround. He almost got the surround, but you can see that Kurultai 1.12 movement speed compared to the Ghoul Arms 1.19, and there we go. He gets the surround. Kurultai will be going down here unless there's some miracle that can be pulled off, and you can see he's trying to get it back over here. Ideally, what you're going to see is those units come through, free the Kurultai, and then back on out of there. They don't want to get locked in too much of a fight. And the Kurultai, he's going to look to try and just put it down here on the front line, but oh, it gets cancelled. Beautiful control there coming out from our Abbasid player. Kurultai now going to be able to back away towards this position. Now Kurultai, oh, it gets blocked by its own Keshik. Terrible. But you can see still doing a really good job of keeping these alive. I can't wait until these units get in the hands of somebody like Lucifron, who is just incredible when it comes to unit control, because none of these units are going to be dying. It's going to be insane to watch. But now we begin to see the infantry mass starting to really build up, able to hold on, and our Abbasid player is dropping down to keep only the 7 villagers on it. Not a huge amount, so could have been denied, but not going to be the case just here. And we start to see crossbows being mixed in by our Mongol player. Let's ride on board with Vashundol now as he begins to add in even more traders, up to 31 traders now, scaling into the late game pretty well. 88 villagers or economic units at the moment. Not a whole lot of production, though. Only the 7 production facilities at the moment. I mean, that's pretty decent. I guess that's pretty decent. He's managing to keep up with it relatively well, and the pastures are starting to come down now. Not around any Uvus, even though they probably... you know what, the Uvu... I mean, at this point, Uvu probably gets some pretty good value. We do see he's moved the blacksmith out over onto the Uvu as well, which to me indicates that he might be thinking about improved siege engineering. So maybe a mangonel, something like that, could help him out here. It's a very expensive investment, though, going into something like that, but it is going to be improved siege engineering. Okay, just queue up everything. Fair enough. Also goes into improved military academy. I don't think I've ever seen this before. So 53% increase in production speed compared to just your standard military academy, which I don't think we can see here. I can't seem to see it. Maybe it gets... Maybe it gets gone. Oh, he's already got it. That's why. Wow, he's already picked up military academy? Who is this guy? Why are we picking up military academy so early? Jeez. All right, fair enough. I'm not going to argue. Seems cool. All right, well, the trading numbers are really starting to build here, and we can see just how many resources are being pulled in from these traders. So keep in mind that the outposts are buffing up the movement speed, and sacred sites are now being taken, but we'll take a look here because we have got 7, 79, and 7 coming through. So no stone just yet. That'll be an Imperial Age upgrade, but the Lancers are now on the field here, and the Keshiks starting to build in number. Now, keep in mind those Keshiks. These guys are pretty damn strong. So I would be watching out right now, but we do indeed see a Mangonel going to be coming down. Kurultai manages to get on out of there. Relic's getting picked up behind this. We hear the first ones getting picked up in this game. He wants to get the Mangonel up, but look at this. I wish I could zoom in further right now. Coming forward with the Imam, looking to Wallalow all the units in point-blank distance. Is he going to be able to do it? Gets the Wallalow off and immediately gets one shot by all the crossbows. They say, sit down. Second Imam picks up the Relic. Oh, he's going for it. He's actually going to stick it. No, doesn't pull it off. Nice attempt there, but unfortunately, it looks like the numbers from Vashandol should be able to overwhelm this position right now by our Abbasid player. Back towards the base, though, of our Mongol player. We've got to keep coming down, and it's a bit of an emergency. 22 villagers here, so he overruns on this front, but opens up a new one over towards the east side. Now, I think this is a bit of an interesting position for a keep. If I'm being honest with you, I would have gone for a keep right here. Or maybe right here, because I don't think it would fit here. I'd probably throw a wall down over here, be a little bit more annoying. But we do see now the beginnings of the Keshik defense. Keep will go up, and it is camping on top of all this production, but just remember, this production can just move out of here. They're not sitting on the Uvu, so they're not really nailed down onto this. But we start to see the numbers coming to build here for Vashandol. Now remember, he's already got improved siege engineering, so if he wants to go into trebuchets, he can do that. Keep in mind the traction trebs are quite cheap, only 400 resources, so I would definitely be advocating for this unit, but we do start to see that this keep is doing a bit of damage here to these units. These guys are not surviving for the moment. I like the fact that he's also taking the berries. He's just kind of like, you know what? These are my berries now. I'm going to be taking these berries. And Vashandol just looking to commit against a building with 5 fire armor. Kind of wild. I'm gonna be honest, I don't necessarily agree with this. And it looks like triple ram gonna be coming in. Ram's always gonna be a bit dangerous in this situation because you've got villages that are nearby. Now, I don't think Vashandol knows about those villages. Never mind, he knows about the villagers. So it looks like the Keshik's gonna be coming through. These guys are just gonna be able to jump into the keep. Keep that in mind. So they do manage to get inside the keep. All 15 of them, and these will be able to siege down those battering rams as they come through. And as long as he keeps them all on top of each other, which I suspect he will be able to do if he knows how to do the resource hop trick, then he should be absolutely fine because these Keshiks aren't going to be able to get too many hits on it. But I don't know whether he's paying attention. We're right on board with him. He might have other things going on at the moment, like these traders as an example. He's got 26 of them out at the moment and starting to build up a nice little eco lead. He's got an eco lead at the moment of 16, but obviously 15 of those are tied up here in the keep. So I'd be looking to pop these out right now, and he pops them out on the wrong side, looks to do a bit of a repair. Hopefully he right-clicked here and hit G and pops them out on the top side. Not going to be the case. Also a bit of a push through the middle. We see spears and ghoul arms moving together. I tell you what, though, the hero of today is definitely the Keshik. Big numbers of crossbowmen, and that is going to be enough to prevent this. So it looks like 15 vills will be going down here for Vashandol's opponent. All the villagers going to get trapped here, and just, you can see him trying to nuke down the stable. He's like, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me, and it looks like they're not going to be taking anything with them, except from like maybe the grave they'll take with them. But infantry mass is starting to build here now. One thing to note is the difference in what am I looking for right now? Army value, that's the one. Difference in army value. So even though military pop seems relatively close, army value, you've got about 3k difference between these two guys at the moment. So Vashandol, much larger force here, playing with infantry. No real way to deal with these crossbows. Needs to go into a Mangonel, definitely. And then, of course, you know, when you make a Mangonel against the Mongols, it's going to be almost guaranteed that they're going to be making Springalds. So you're going to have to make Springalds as well to somewhat preempt that. But we do see now those archers and crossbowmen pushing up. Camel's going to be looking to try and find it as well. It looks like he's picked up the Camel shields, or Camel Rider shields, I think it's called. Maybe called Camel Barding. I'm not sure 100% what it's called, but it is. It's one of those nice upgrades where you get a little bit of extra armor in the melee form. But now these Lancers, rather these Keshiks, going to take a while for me to remember. Looking to try and tank up on that top side, and it is really the ultimate healing combo. I mean, that is what we've got here. LifeSteal together with the Kurultai. It's an incredible sight to witness when these units start healing, and you can see now the Kurultai will start coming down here. The heals, he's going to try and heal through it. Unfortunately, gets evaporated by the Spearman, and now we see over on this right side of the fight, you can watch as a Spearman tries to take on the Keshik. It's got double heals coming through. He's gonna be able to find success there and manages to clean it up. So big advantage now for Vushendol. He has got a lot. Ooh, a load. This is what I'm talking about. Now this is not enough villages to do it. This is only 11 villages. This will get neutralized by the enemy. Just simply because you've got that YAM network, right? Like, the YAM network increases the movement speed of these units. They're running at 1.87 movement speed. Even if you had 15 vills here and you managed to get it down, a nice little block coming through from Vashindol as well, you're still not going to get this up in time. So, unfortunately for him, these... Oh, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. I mean, maybe... You know what? Maybe if he had got it down the very first time, it would have been a different story. But... I suspect it's not going to be the case here, and you can see those heals going to start coming through now. More Keshik's going to be moving up towards the north side of the map at the same time as this attempt to build the keep. Actually, is Lord Doubt smiling today, or he might not be? Hold on a minute. If this keep gets up, I mean, you're sacrificing quite a few villages here, but if it does get up, it should be able to cause a bit of pain. 2 villages, 1 to go. The keep gets up. Get out of town. Drongo, Rongo. Oh, you hate to see it, but you love to see it, don't you? The keep comes up. So with that, I mean, he's got boiling oil through, so he should be able to deal a bit more effectively with these units. But keep in mind, the boiling oil going to be mitigated by that heal, because every boiling oil that comes out will try and track them right here. You can see 152. He's regaining the life. He's up to 155, up to 158. So now that effective damage of the boiling oil, 161, is no longer there, up to 164. He's managed to heal back up to almost full health because of that Keshik bonus. And that wasn't even with the attack speed bonus. You wait until Imperial Age comes through, because right now the Khaganate Palace is being built. And with the Khaganate Palace, that's going to mean Imperial Age is here. Nesta B's coming through, going to be popping out shortly. But take a look at this. When with our stables, we've got access to Step Lancers, improved. Wait, how does... Oh, he's already got it in queue. Yeah, okay, he's already got it in queue. I was wondering, where the heck? So let's take a look at the Mongol upgrades that are coming through. So we see that Stone Commerce is on the way through. Big upgrade. Elite Keshik's is coming in. He's also going for Step Lancers. Now, this is just the basic technology. You can also get the improved version, which gives you a little bit of extra oomph, a little bit more attack speed, a little bit more health every attack, and really start pushing that lifesteal like crazy for the Kurultai. I love the way that the Abbasid player is just literally pushing the pedal to the metal here, despite being down. It's kind of wild watching the way the Abbasid player is playing this. All right, well, Villager's going to continue pushing up. Looks like a second keep's going to be thrown down. Very intent on getting it in on this trade line. Stone Commerce is almost through, about a minute away, 43 seconds. And Villagers will make it through to the keep. Now, where's all the units here? All towards the top side. We can see Vashindol with 16 Keshiks in queue. I was going to call them Step Riders, but that's another Age of Empires 3 unit. I can't believe I'm saying all these Age of Empires 3 things. Kurultai's in a good little spot, though, that he's got here. And now the Crossbowmen, together with the Archers, should be enough to just work through. This Elite Crossbowman does come through. You can see that YAM network kind of bugs out. What are the Mangonels doing? Excuse me, Mangonels. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a whole bunch of ranged infantry towards the north of the map. But unfortunately, they're not paying attention. Boiling Oil does come through. It's going to be able to hit a couple of these Palace Guards. Wait, Palace Guards together with Nest of V's come in from the Khaganate Palace? Anyways, more of these Keshiks are coming through. I was going to call them Steps again. I can't believe it. Oh, it's going to take me a while to get used to these new names. And Vashindol playing an incredible game at this point in time. Look at the heals coming through. Just healing everywhere. Massive military. I don't think there's any way this Abbasid player can really stay in the game, considering the amount of units that are here. They're all elite upgraded at this point as well. You got to remember that, right? Like, you're talking about elite Palace Guards. They've all... Oh my god, they've also got the... what's it called? The Battle Hardened technology. Wow. Okay, a lot of things going right now for this Mongol army. But Trade Wing are going to be the last choice of the Abbasid player here. Now, in the center of the map, I would love to just see some big stone walls. Because right now, your enemy is going to start pushing towards your base. The best thing you can do right now, take 10 villages and just wall off this central position and deny your enemy that passage through. Force them to come around, you know, throw down a little wall here as well. That's going to be the best thing that you can do, because in this situation right now, the threat is imminent. And it's as long as your enemy is getting towards your base or pushing towards your base, you're going to be losing. And ideally, you want to try and keep yourself alive, because you're going Imperial, you need time for your elite upgrades. So you want to at least buy yourself time. And these battering rams, fortunately for Vashindol, or fortunately for our Abbasid player, Vashindol is grouping his entire army together, which means that they're moving as slow as a battering ram, 0.75 movement speed. Not particularly fast. Even the Nesta Bees outpaces them, but the Khan are going to be coming through here now. Not going to be moving the movement speed up, and we see the Mangadai are actually out now. Does that mean... Yeah, it means we've got a Hui Pow out. Now, what's interesting is I think they've actually changed this so that it provides Nesta Bees and Palace Guards. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look and see. Because it used to just be Nesta... Oh, don't do me like that, 200 out of 200. Ah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. All right, well, Trade Wing is still about 20 seconds away. Looks like he's going to be holding the Mangonel. Oh, the Mangonel. Technically, it's at 100. Oh, no, it's at 140 health no matter what. Mangonel going to be coming through. Looks for a big shot. Nestabee's on the back line, but the Keshik's going to be able to surround it. They will get the kill there. Nice little shot here, but remember that those elite archers will have the Kurultai backing up. Eventually, on the front line, the Keshik's just ripping apart all of the enemy units, I say, as they all get obliterated. Mangonai on the front line as well. I like how they had +0 in red for a little bit. And to be honest, I mean, our Abbasid play is not doing terribly. He just needs more siege. That's the thing. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of units, so you know what? I take it back. He's doing terribly. This is not a good position for him. It's not a good time to be an Abbasid player right now. No upgrades in queue, no elite stuff coming in, even though he's got the gold to do it. But, I mean, you've got no units. And what do you even make in this situation? I feel like Mangonels are probably the best thing that you can make him. Mangonels and, like, a mass spear. Let's see what he goes into. It's going to be spears and gulams. So obviously a reduced cost on those upgrades because of the culture wing. He went into preservation of knowledge quite early on in this game, but now we can see pressure being applied to the House of Wisdom. He wants to take out these landmarks, and it looks like he's going to be forced to do it. Our Abbasid player not really tapping out until it's over. You know what they say, it ain't over till the fat ladies sing. I may not be a lady, but I sure am fat, and I sure love to sing. And I tell you what, it is over right now, my friends. There is no way you're coming back from this. Unless you've got 6 Mangonels in queue, there's no way you're coming back from this. That's the only thing that can possibly win this position right now is Mangonels and like a very nice positional micro with Spearmen in the choke point. That's it. That's the only way that you really hold this because there's just way too many units here to deal with. We do start to see that he's managing to pick off one Keshik. Okay. A little bit of a counterattack up towards the north. The keep did come up here as well. You can see it's a little bit too far away, though, and he is picking off traders. Behind this, though, how many traders has Vashendol on? Just a casual 48 traders at the moment. It did say 71 for a second there, but I think it might have been counting maybe the traders down here. No, it looks like... Oh, no, it is counting. 71 trade... Oh, my God, 71 traders now for our Abbasid player. Ooh, that's a lot of traders. And, I mean... That's one of the things, right, where it's like, if you left this for slightly longer, you would have trouble. Because Abbasid trade in the Imperial Age is absolutely crazy. And he did just go through with the trade landmark. But it looks like the second landmark now going to be under pressure. He's just going to force the landmark victory. But I think that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Good game gets called. And Vashendol is victorious. Fellas, I hope you've enjoyed this first look at the pup. I'm absolutely loving this Keshik. It is a crazy unit. The LifeSteal is absolutely crazy from it. What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.